Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. My name's Makkonnen. Good to meet you guys. I've been making music basically all of my life. I started when I was like 6. I started playing the piano when I was about 6 years old. So ever since then I've been just making music like non-stop, like on the piano. There's even a really old video of me that I'll probably be posting on this channel sometime later. Also, when I was in about 2nd or 3rd grade, I won like several competitions. It was called Reflection songwriting program. I won a couple of those competitions in songwriting, so I've been doing it for quite a while. Alright, this is so hard vlogging, it feels so weird. How should we dive in this? Let's dive into this. Right now I'm working on an album. It should be coming out on June 29th if all goes well. I'm really excited. It's not an album, it's actually an EP, and it's got 8 songs. And yeah, it's just a really dope album, and I really put my heart into it. And yeah, so I'm working on that right now. And so what I'm going to be showing you guys today is everything that I've done up to this point in my music career. And so I've been doing music for basically like my whole entire life, but I started taking it seriously when I was 14, so 3 years ago I started taking it really seriously. I started off with BTV Solo. That didn't work out. Then I went to FL Studio. I was making my own, and then I found a producer. Shout out, his name is Chase Norman. And then I went to FL Studio, which is a really good period of time. FL Studio is a great program, and I was making some beats, but they weren't like that professional, so I didn't really like release any of them. And then when I started collabing with my like new producer, Chase Norman, he really like made the song sound like dope and professional, and I released a song called As the Sun Gets Closer. Like Cranbrook gonna be like, oh, yeah, like I remember. As the Sun Gets Closer, and it was basically just a song over the summer. So that was when I was 14, right? So over that summer, 8th grade going into 9th grade, I made 2 whole entire songs with FL Studio. One of them was called Reflections, and one of them was called As the Sun Gets Closer. That took a lot of work. It took like like weeks worth of work for both songs, but I was really happy with both of them, but they still sounded like, you know, I had a microphone. It was an AKG microphone that I copped for like $100, and then I also had FL Studio. Bought FL Studio, which was about $200. That's where I started off when I was 14, you know, actually starting to produce my own music. So that's what I was doing when I was 14. I released actually at the very beginning of the school year As the Sun Gets Closer, because I thought that was the better one. I really thought that was like something that could get famous, because you know, you like your own music, think that your own songs are like better than what they actually are, right? So yeah, I released it. I released the song As the Sun Gets Closer on YouTube. I have no idea. I think it was like I made like a lyric video or something. And I posted it on YouTube, and yeah, I posted it at night. Alright, so I released that song, and that was really dope. I thought it was. My girlfriend at the time was like, oh my god, yeah, like it's so good, you need to post it. So I did. Next day at school, everybody was like, oh, like nobody like knew that I like, you know, made, like even like my homies, like they didn't really, were not into like me making music and shit. I just kind of did that on the side. I didn't really spend that much time on it, and everybody was like, oh. And so I was like, all right, and then I took it down at like 9 a.m. I was like, this is such a bad idea. So the next morning at school, it took me an hour before I was like, this, I'm done. And so, yeah, and then I moved to Germany, and then it was time to come to Germany. And, you know, I was like telling everybody, yeah, I was a rapper. Yeah, so then I transferred to Logic Pro X. Alright, so that's when I really started to like produce like a bunch of shit, you know, a lot of songs, and I started to rap, and I was like making raps, and that was dope. But still, they were like, all the songs were like not finished. You know, I had one full song, and I sent it over to like this rapper in Stuttgart called Ray Martin, and he was like, this is trash. I kept making new things, and then I went to Michigan 3 months in the summer. I made like one good track. That one's actually going to be on my album, that track that I made in Michigan. That's already last summer. And then so I came back to Stuttgart at the end of August. I had started school, junior year of school, and then I realized that my new producer, Preetham, shout out to you, Preetham, you're dope, bro. Yeah, so I discovered that he was a really good producer. So I started working with him on like a bunch of tracks, and I started like singing over his tracks that he was making. I released one song at that time. It was called Rich White Boys. And I was starting because I had practiced like singing all summer, and like I was actually singing on that track, and it sounded really good. It's like, so you can go look it up. My SoundCloud name, I'll link in the description, but it's soundcloud.com/Makkonnen, MAKKONNEN. It's my SoundCloud name. It's my rapper name. And so you can go look that up. Rich White Boys is the name of the song. Yeah, that's where like people like were like, people at my school were starting to discover like, yo, shit, like that song's like actually like pretty good. He's actually not a bad rapper. So I was like, yeah. So it took about a year and like, I don't know, 3 months of like, practicing to become a somewhat decent rapper slash, you know what I'm saying? All right, and then it's in winter break of 2017, so just like 6 months ago. All my songs come from piano. I'm a piano player, and I write all of my songs on the piano. So these were the same chords that I used for that song that I wrote about the former vintage song, like my first rap song. And so I used those same chords to make a brand new song, and this is the first song that I was like, but nothing happens without hard work. Like, you need to work hard, like, and then it's gonna come. And I was like, yeah, all right, I need to work hard. So on that winter break, it was on Christmas, I got my MIDI keyboard. I got a brand new MIDI keyboard for Christmas, and I used it to like make the beat for the song and to put in the chords for the song onto Logic Pro X. The song's called Get You Through This. And then yeah, and so I put the chords in, and then everything was good. Now I needed to come up with lyrics, and I was like, all right, you know what? I don't like to make lyrics, but I'm gonna do it. And I did. I banged it out one day, like 3 hours, the whole thing, like in the evening, like on Christmas, from like 3 to 6. Oh my gosh. And then I was like pretty inspired, because I was the lyrics go like, don't be depressed, and it's about like, I don't know, because I noticed that like many girls especially get pretty like depressed for some reason, like after some like happens, like I don't know if like they don't get invited to something or whatever. And like, yeah, so it was like basically centered around that, because I had seen that a lot. And so I was basically making a song about like girls, like, don't be depressed, like, we'll get you through this, Alright, so you feel me, stuff happens all the time, don't cry, don't spy on snap maps and think dope things happen, because they don't, fakers just being fake. It's basically just all about like, don't become sad, like it's all Gucci, like get some positive vibes. That was really good. I was so proud of the lyrics for that song. Like, the lyrics are sick. Yeah, and Preetham produced that track. After that, he took about a month and a half to produce that, but it still sounded really good. I was really happy about how it turned out. So that was in February, and then we released the song on February 24th, and that was really lit, and I posted it. That was the first time I posted something on my gram about music. I was like, all right, you have to overcome your fear, like whatever, like who cares what people say. And I uploaded it, and I was so proud. I went on my Facebook, my gram, my Snapchat, everything, get you through this, listen now, like it's on Apple Music, SoundCloud. And I used Record Union. Yeah, don't use Record Union. It cost me like 60 euros, $60 it costed me for Record Union, so I wouldn't really recommend that. Use another site for releasing your songs. Don't use that site. If you want your song on like Apple Music and like Spotify, do not use recordunion.com, because it's just a ripoff, and there's so many other sites. I'll talk about other sites. I'll talk about that in one of my next videos. Alright, so Get You Through This, amazing release. I took a little break, and then I was back on that grind. I was like, alright, this is dope, like, great single. And then I started like writing so much more. Like, I started becoming really good at writing lyrics. Yeah, I was really happy. And then I came with that. I was like, alright, you know what? I need to produce an album. I was like, I need to produce an album right now. And so I was like, all right, but an album's not gonna come if you don't organize it. You gotta organize it. So I was like, all right, so what songs did I want? I looked at all of my Logic files that I had on Logic. That's a really good idea. Like if you're making an album, look at all of the files you have, like look at every single song, and you have to decide which ones you want. Have a plan with what you want to do. That's really helping me out with my process and how I'm making my album right now for June 29th. My album's coming out on June 29th. So yeah, have a plan of what you want your songs to be on your album. So then I picked out those songs, and I know what those songs about. I have a little bit of lyrics for them, and I knew, so the theme of the album is going to be like a mixture of so many different things, like all from the heart, like so many different feelings. Like it's gonna be about some sad things, it's gonna be about some really dope things, it's gonna be happy things, it's gonna be about like money, like all of that, that are really deep, like value, all things that come from the heart. I'm so excited for the album. Like I literally can't wait. And yeah, and so I planned all of the 8 songs that I wanted on my album. It's actually an EP. I don't know why I keep saying album. Because an album, what an EP is, for those of you guys who don't know, it's like an album, but it's like less songs. It's more than a single, but less than an album. Like, that's what it is. So it usually has 6 songs. Mine is 8. These Germans are looking at me. Yeah, so and then I was like, and then order in an album is so important. So I did the order for that, and I decided which song should come where, exactly how someone would play, because when they press play, it goes from start to finish. So you got to decide what songs you want in the beginning and the end. So I have a really good intro. It's called Positive Vibes Only. That song's finished. Already done with that one. And yeah, that one's about like positive vibes only. It introduces me as a rapper, as a musician, as the artist that I am. And yeah, it gives a really good introduction to my album, and I'm really excited. And the last song gives it such a great finish. It gives it such a nice finale. That one's called the title for that right now is Lonely Minivan. I'm not sure if that name's gonna stay. That's my album, and I've been working on that recently. I've been working on it very hard. And yeah, so let me talk to you about so those are all of my songs that I've been working on, how I've developed, and how much work I put in. It's hot. Holy goodness gracious. Keep grinding and making more songs. That's what you gotta do. That's what I've been doing. And I have a song releasing in about 2 weeks. It's called Nice Cars. My bad. It's called Nice Cars, and I'm so excited. I just finished recording that today, actually, and I might be re-recording it again. Alright, so tune in to the next video, guys. If you guys watched all of this until here, you guys are I would have dipped out of the video, bro. So thank you guys so much for watching. In the next video coming up, in my next video, which I'll be making, I'm gonna be looking at my microphones and how I've evolved and all the equipment I'm using as someone who's been doing music for a while. I'm under a budget. I'm not Bill Gates, so I'm sort of on a budget, So stay tuned, guys. I know you guys will stay tuned. All this equipment, I've done so much research. Guys. So I've looked at seminars. I have looked at articles, posts. So tune in tomorrow for that, guys. Makkonsters, I love you guys. I'm signing off. Peace, love, positivity. Oh, that's something Logic says. I can't say that. All right, Makkonsters, signing off. Peace.